I have a personal recollection I'd like to share. Quote, a couple of highlights in my music training came my freshman year at Dixie College. I enjoyed singing with Program Bureau and Mrs. D. I also enrolled in one of Brother Gray's missionary prep classes at the St. George Institute. The first day of class, he asked for any who could play the piano. A couple of my friends knew I'd played and suggested he could call on me to play for the devotional. I believe the hymn was Now Let Us Rejoice. I butchered it miserably. I'd not practiced at all. All my friends laughed at my expense. I laughed along with them. But deep down inside, I was embarrassed, once again in music, and deeply hurt, especially amongst my peers. I left that classroom with a decision to make. I would never play the piano again. Or I would ever play the piano again. I am glad I chose the latter. I went home and practiced that hymn no less than 100 times. When class came up later that week, I came into the classroom with my hymn book in my hand, and when Brother Gray asked for anybody who could play the piano, my friends suggested me again and then started laughing. I told him I was ready to play the same hymn again. I silently prayed the Lord would bless me as I played. He did. I made no errors. Can you even imagine how I felt as I floated back to my seat to the amazement of my buddies? From this personal experience, you can see examples of decision making. I first accepted the challenge of playing the piano for a class devotional, having not played the piano and being unprepared. As you can see, I did not do so well. I tried and failed. And Basin Bison, you will try and you will fail. I could have just let my piano playing go, but I made a responsible decision to keep trying to practice this hymn again and again and not give up. Basin Bison, our next Basin Bite is responsible decision making. Okay, Basin Bison, let's do an activity together. Please take out a sheet of paper or go to your Notes app. And at the top of the sheet or app, place the title, My Decision. Let you go ahead and get that paper or go to that app now. So at the top of the sheet or app, please place the title, My Decision. Write a decision you are worrying about right now and will have to make in the future. As an example, maybe write down a summer job you're thinking about. I would write maybe summer job at the city pool, or in your case, whatever the summer job is you're thinking about, or another decision topic you need to make. Put that there at the top of the page. Next, below my decision or summer job at the city pool or your decision, divide your sheet in half or make 2 columns. On the top of the left column, write pluses, advantages, pros. On top of the left column, write the words pluses, advantages, pros. Now write down in this column the pluses, the advantages, or the pros about this decision, or in the example, the pluses, the advantages, or the pros about working at the city pool this summer, or your summer job, or your decision. So now, please write or list down the pluses, advantages, or pros for your decision, whatever you've chosen. Now, on the top of the column on the right side, write minuses, disadvantages, and cons. Now write down in this column the minuses, the disadvantages, the cons about your decision. Or an example, the minuses, the disadvantages, the cons about working at the city pool this summer, or your summer job or your decision. So now please list the minuses, the advantages, or the cons for your decision, whatever you've chosen. Now you have your two lists to compare. On your left, in your column, you have the pluses, the advantages, and the pros. On your right, in your column, you have the minuses, the disadvantages, and the cons about this decision. Now take some time and reflect upon these two columns. You are trying to find out which is the best option for you. In the example, working at the city pool this summer, or your summer job, or in your decision example, this is what we call weighing the pros and cons. How do personal values factor into my decision? What are my values? Our decisions have consequences, whether good or bad. It is important to evaluate those consequences, if you can, before making a decision. So let's think about a recent decision you made which did not turn out so well. Let's take some time to reflect about your choices and what you can learn from them. Turn this sheet of paper over now, or continue writing in your notes app, and write down my recent decision. Write down a recent decision you made that did not turn out so well. Go ahead and do that now. Now write down the word what with a question mark. Write down the word what with a question mark. Write down what went wrong, question mark. So go ahead and answer that. What went wrong with your decision? Now write down the word why with a question mark. Why with a question mark. Why did it go wrong? Question mark. Why did it go wrong? Write down now the reasons why your decision went wrong. Now write down the word how, question mark. How, question mark. How in the future can I have a better outcome? How in the future can I have a better outcome with that decision? Take some time and write that down. Some of your feelings. It may be that you will never make the same decision again, or even want to go there because of what you've learned from it. Maybe this type of activity or decision does not fit into your set of values. Now think about a recent decision you made which did turn out well, just the opposite of what we just did. On this same sheet of paper or on your notes app, please write down a recent decision you made that did turn out or go well. Now write down again the word what? Question mark. Write down the word what? Question mark. What went right with this decision? What went right? Now, if you would, write down the word why? Question mark. Why? Question mark. Why did it go right? Why did it go right? Now, please write down the word how? Question mark. How? Question mark. How can you in the future have the same or better outcome? How can you in the future have the same or better outcome? Take a moment now and write your feelings about the how in your decision. With each good decision you make, you gain confidence in yourself and the expected outcome. You see success as you work to achieve your short-term and long-term goals. Everyone makes mistakes in life, an anonymous author said, but that doesn't mean they have to pay for them the rest of their life. Sometimes good people make bad choices. It doesn't mean they're bad. It means they are human. Let me repeat that again. Everyone makes mistakes in life, but that doesn't mean they have to pay for them the rest of their life. Sometimes good people make bad choices. It doesn't mean they're bad. It means they are human. Thomas S. Monson, a former businessman and newspaper printer, has said, "Decisions determine destiny." Sarah Ban Breathnach is quoted as saying, "The world needs dreamers and the world needs doers, but above all, the world needs dreamers who do." Unquote. I'd like to share with you a poem. The author is unknown, and it's entitled, "All It Takes Is One." One song can spark a moment. One flower can wake the dream. One tree can start a forest. One bird can herald spring. One smile begins a friendship. One hand clasp lifts a soul. One star can guide a ship at sea. One word can frame the goal. One vote can change a nation. One sunbeam lifts a room. One candle wipes out darkness. One laugh will conquer gloom. One step must start each journey. One word must start each prayer. One hope will raise our spirits. One touch can show you care. One voice can speak with wisdom. One heart can know what's true. One life can make a difference. You see, it's up to you. You got this one too. Responsible decision making, your next Basin Bite.